I'm going to try and do a 10 questions video for Christians, simply in the hope of getting some sort of conversation started. I realize 10 questions videos are kind of old school, but I'm just getting into YouTube, so why the hell not? Alright, so my first question is, why are there exceptions to the 10 Commandments, such as killing somebody while you're at war, or stealing food to feed your hungry child? Maybe you feel there's no exceptions, and I'd like to hear your reasons for that as well. Question number 2 is, how can people who are in conflict over biblical scripture determine which interpretation is correct? As an example, I'd like to point out that there is still dispute among Christians over whether or not the Pope is the prime representative on earth. How can, say, a third party determine which group is correct? What do you get from worshiping God? I realize my third question might be kind of strange, but I really don't understand what a person is able to have worshiping God that somebody who doesn't worship God will not be able to possess. My fourth question is, what are your definitions of good and evil? If we don't use the same definitions, we're not going to be able to resolve anything. So I'd like to know exactly how you define good and evil. From that, my fifth question is going to be, was Jesus' execution a good act or an evil act? And I think that's pretty self-explanatory. My sixth question is, what kind of government does God endorse? And would you want to live under that type of government? Seventh question is going to be, what does God think about polygamy? Now, there are multiple instances in the Bible where prophets and God's representatives are married to multiple women. Is this still acceptable? And if not, when did it become unacceptable? How does the fact that marriage was different back in the day affect your views on gay marriage? My ninth question is going to be, will you be able to enjoy heaven if somebody you know goes to hell? Now, if somebody that you're related to, a friend of yours, or even an acquaintance goes to hell, and they're suffering the tortures of the damned, are you going to be okay with that? I realize that for some people hell is annihilation, their soul ceases to exist. Does that make it any better? For my final question, do you lose sleep over what may happen to your soul if you're wrong? I realize this seems to be a reverse Pascal's wager, but I don't think that you have lost any sleep over potentially being wrong. How is it that you're so confident in your choice, and others seem to have equal confidence in theirs? Anyway, thanks for your input.